Hi guys, just jumped on quick, no cowboy hat today. Just heard some rather strange news that in relation to Zuffa Boxing yet again. Obviously the headlines over the weekend were them sweeping Conor Benn off his feet and stealing him from Eddie Hearn's Matchroom Boxing. But it now appears that over the weekend as well, it's been announced that former heavyweight champion Andy Ruiz has also signed with Zuffa Boxing. Ruiz, of course, famous for his victory over, or shock victory over Anthony Joshua that fateful night in Madison Square Garden. He would subsequently go on to lose the title in Dubai to Joshua in the rematch when he was heavily outpointed. Came in absolutely shocking shape at that time. Pretty much ate himself out of any chance of retaining his title. But has now signed with Zuffa Boxing. I think the guy's, 36, 37 now. Hasn't really done much. I think he's had 3 fights since. He had the one fight with Chris Arreola when he had to sort of climb off the floor. I think it was in the second round. He was dropped heavily in the second round. Had to climb off the floor to win on points. Though he did injure his hand, so we will give him the benefit of the doubt with that. And a bit of a slugfest with an ancient Luis Ortiz after that. And then went on to have a controversial draw with Gerald Big Farmer Miller in 2024. So, you know, most people instantly saying that Miller was robbed in that one. Makes you think what Zuffa's plans are, really, for him. I mean, they've got, at the moment, I think the only heavyweights they've got are F.A. Jagba, and they had Charles Martin, who fought each other recently. Maybe they're looking to match him up with a Jagba, or possibly even if they're looking to promote him as a future star, match him up with Charles Martin. You could see that perhaps they'd probably be winnable fights for him against Martin. And if he's in shape, I'd give him a shout with a Jagba, but I would probably favour Jagba now just on sort of youth and what he's got left in the tank, basically. But it does make you think what Zuffa's plans are. Originally, when Zuffa came into boxing, Dana White seemed to be going along the lines of the proposal of a sort of almost like a league type boxing, which I know Turki Al-Sheikh had already floated with Frank Warren and Eddie Hearn previously. And it seemed to be they were going to build from the ground up. But it now seems as if they're trying to get names as well. I mean, obviously they've got the acquisition of Conor Benn, recently signed the recognised #1 cruiserweight in Joy Opetaya, who currently holds the IBF and Ring magazine belt. Makes you think, really, what they're trying to do here. Is this a proposal of a sort of boxing league with sort of bigger shows coming into play as sort of like lost leaders almost, I would imagine, the amount of money they're signing these people for? Or are they looking to totally dominate boxing? Now, personally speaking, I think there's always room for competition. You know, and definitely in the States, there seems to be sort of a lack of high-class promoters. I mean, PBC are doing some shows on Amazon. Top Rank haven't even got a deal at the moment with a television network. And it appears Dana's Zuffa Boxing, it seems to be the main player now with their massive contract with Paramount. I will say, with Paramount, I would think that perhaps, you know, the UFC fights are what Paramount are buying there. They're not pumping a lot of money into the boxing with the quality of the shows we're getting from Zuffa. But we do know that with Turki Al-Sheikh as well, and the sort of corporation behind the UFC and the WWE, there is suitable funds there for them to, you know, sort of go big. At the moment, seems like Zuffa had almost like, well, I heard described as a soft launch. To me, they're just basically club shows. Held in an arena that holds a couple of hundred people. There's no razzmatazz, there's no real sort of atmosphere to the fights. Are they looking to capitalise on that now and go a bit bigger? Personally speaking, I think this is the way it's going. I think Dana White is trying to do what he did with cage fighting, basically, when he bought up organisations such as Pride, the World Extreme Championships, and sort of conglomerated them all into UFC. Anyway, just my thoughts on it. Andy Ruiz. Would you sign Andy Ruiz? No. Andy Ruiz, good name, yes. If you were going back 5-6 years ago. At the moment, I mean, personally speaking, if you Moses Atauma comes off his win against Jermaine Franklin, I'd be quite happy to see Atauma in there fight Andy Ruiz. I mean, that'd be a good thing to sort of justify his lofty world rating and give him some good rounds and good experience. So yeah, very strange one. But we'll see what happens. And anyway, if you like what you hear, like and subscribe. And if you want to leave me a comment, I'll try my best to answer it for you.